Hello, I'm Dr. Lara Honos-Webb. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and Hive 80 member. I've been a licensed clinical psychologist for 20 years. I got my PhD in clinical psychology at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, where I developed a strength-based approach to treating clients consistent with positive psychology. Then after that, I moved to San Francisco, where I completed a 2-year postdoctoral research fellowship in addiction studies at the University of California, San Francisco. After that, I was an assistant professor at Santa Clara University. I published 26 scholarly articles. After publishing my book, The Gift of ADHD, I left my teaching position to start my private practice specializing in ADHD, executive functioning, and addictions. Use the 4 P's to support yourself in depression. One way to support yourself when you are depressed is by letting your life be guided by pleasure, presence, power, and permission. The first step is to increase pleasure. So many times, depression is a call to re-enter life instead of just going through the motions. Depression can persist with self-denial and self-criticism and never feeling good enough. The harsh inner voice, which focuses on performance demands, can be one-sided and draining. You can restore attention and energy if you give yourself a few simple pleasures, like browsing in bookstores, walking with a friend, playing with your child, or bicycling. Presence. Make a point of being present in the moment each day. It's the difference between being and doing performing. While being involves being present in this moment, not dwelling in the past or future, performing doing means taking action in the world, often to achieve a goal. Being can mean taking a moment to go outside and be fully present while listening to the birds sing or a practice of mindfulness. Take a break from your sense that you have to just do it and be worthy. You can take some time to just be it. Power. Power reminds us to be the author of our own life. I call this rewriting the rules. For example, women often think motherhood has to be a sacrifice, but there's power in making authentic choices instead of simply conforming to a life that doesn't work for you. Another example is a man who really wanted to work in a pet store. His main obstacle between himself and his life purpose was that he believed that real men didn't do those sorts of jobs. He found that he had the power to change his thinking. Permission. This is the practice of giving yourself permission to see life a different way. For example, some of us have to learn that life doesn't have to be a struggle despite our past experiences. The future doesn't have to be a repeat of the past. Give yourself permission to explore something or simply to be happy despite others who want to draw you into the misery loves company conversation. You can write out a list that starts with 10 things you need, such as, I need to take a real break and feel rested, or I need to have a conversation with my friend, or I need to get out my paints and feel creative. Experiment with giving yourself permission to meet some of these needs and notice how it makes you feel.